Well, hello, all you pretty cats and kittens. Some of you guys will get that later. My name is Trey Burns. I work at Anderson Regional Joint Water System. We are a water plant in Anderson. Basically, we take the water from the lake, Lake Hartwell, if you're familiar with where that is, and treat it and make it safe and clean for you to drink in your home where you are today. Whether it's in your school, business, home, that's what we do at the water plant. My role is a source water specialist. It's not really important. You'll learn that a title in your job doesn't really mean that's what you do. You do a lot of different things, but that's what I do. I'll get more to that in a second. But I am going to go through a list of questions your teacher sent me. And shout out to your teachers. This is a great idea. I've done a lot of career days. This is my first virtual career day. Great idea. And make sure you tell your teachers how smart they are for doing that. Maybe you get some bonus points along the way. But I'm going to read off my questions and then share them with you guys, because I'm guessing you may have a questionnaire of your own that you need to answer these questions. So here you go. Briefly describe what led you to your current job. So I was decent at math in high school, and I knew engineers made a lot of money. So I went to Clemson to be a civil engineering major. That was pretty much my whole ambition and drive. Make decent money, and I was pretty good at math. That was literally all I had. And I love Clemson because they're really good at football. And so that's where I went, to Clemson. That's your next question. Schooling or experience did you go through to get your current job? And so I majored in civil engineering at Clemson. A 4-year degree, took me 5.5. We won't speak about why that happened, but some of that was because I was a co-op. And so I was a co-op at Anderson Regional Joint Water System. A co-op is when you go to school, you're still a full-time student, but you work full-time and you get paid. So when you start making money in college, not many people have money in college, so that led to the 5.5 years, but that's another video, another time. But I was the first ever co-op at Anderson Regional, and I came back 10 years later. And so I did some of the things in between, but I'll share more of that. But I was a co-op in 2008, and then I came back to Anderson Regional in 2018 because I left on great terms when I was a co-op here and a student here, and gave me a call out of nowhere. But I'll share that here in a little while. Explain your role and what skills are required for your position. Obviously not a lot of skills because I work in this job, but there are a few they like. My role, I have 4 primary responsibilities. One is source water protection. So the source of our drinking water, which is a lake. Well, let's protect that water or that lake before it gets to our plants. That's part of my role, is let's prevent pollution, essentially. And we do that through a lot of different ways, but source water protection is that. Another part of my role is asset management. This is more of the engineering part of my role. Our assets, we have a lot of pumps and motors and pipes and people, and how do we manage that? How do we protect that, and preventative maintenance and those kind of things? What's the cost of this goes down and that goes down? How much money have we spent fixing this over the past 5 years? That's kind of the engineering part of what I do. Public outreach and education is that's what I love doing that. Usually I'm at career days in person. I'm in a lot of schools. And I can go to, I'm at different events, all kind of random events, which are a blast. That's why I love it. And then also marketing and branding. So the sign you see beside me or behind me, beside me, whichever perception you're in, our social media. If you're on social media, you're probably not on Facebook or Twitter, maybe on Instagram, ARJ Water, at ARJ Water. We're not on Snapchat because that's creepy. We're not on TikTok because that's weird. We also are on YouTube though. So search us Anderson Regional Joint Water System. We got a few videos there. Honestly, you probably will like. It shows our whole process. So if you're interested in what we do and the science, the biology, the chemistry, the math behind it all, there's a video on there shot with a drone, really cool footage from the lake all the way to your home and what happens in between. So go check that out. I think you really enjoy it. Let's see, where was I at? Oh yeah, the skills. Don't have a lot, but I'm decent with people. I know how to work a video on a phone, and so that is something that's required, but also math, science, physics, biology, chemistry. The water industry really does cover them all. That's not a sales pitch, they cover them all, and so a lot of different ones are required, yeah. What does an average day look like for you? This is what I love about my job. That's the next question. What's the best part of your job? I'll kind of answer 2 in 1 right here. Average day is different. I could be in a creek in the middle of the woods one day, because we sample creeks before it gets to the lake to see what's coming down the pipe, down the stream, see if we can find any pollution. So I could be in a creek one day, I could be in a school the next day, or I could be working on a federal grant like I am now the next day. We're working with FEMA, or the disaster relief fund, all the flooding that came through. We had a pipe that blew out. And so here I am on the phone with FEMA, figuring it out as I go. And so my day looks very different. The average day looks very different. I'm very, very thankful for. Some people prefer the same thing every day and they get really good at that, and that's fine. I'm not built that way. So as far as my role goes, it's very broad, which I'm really appreciative of. The hardest part of my job is also the best part of my job, is just people. I love people, I love getting to know people, but people are also hard, because I know working with me is probably very difficult. And people have different personalities, different communication styles. Some people hate email, so I need to call them. Some people are terrified of talking on the phone, so I text them. Some people don't get sarcasm. I love The Office. Dry humor is my thing. That's why these jokes I'm saying today probably aren't even funny, but they're funny to me, and I'll laugh at them later when I look at the playback. Some people aren't that way. And so the funnest and the hardest part is people. That's any job, because any business, any water utility, any school, whatever, is represented by people. So what are your long-term career goals? Whew. I don't really have any career goals as far as a position, but I've got 2 young boys. I got a 7 and a 3-year-old boys, my sons, Colton and Caden. And my career goal is one, whatever serves them best. So I'm not gonna work a job that requires 80 hours a week, because it's not gonna pull me away from being their dad. I'm also not gonna work a job that I hate. We're gonna be at work the majority of our lives. And I'm not gonna work for 6 decades of my life a job I do not enjoy, also with people I don't enjoy. And so my career, I guess a career goal, is to have fun along the way, to find some things that I'm pretty good at, things I enjoy, and things people will pay me to do, while also allowing me to still be a good dad to my 2 sons. Those are my career goals. What advice would you give to students in finding a career they love? Do a lot of different things. I mean, I've been a janitor, a landscaper, I've been a youth pastor, I worked at Chick-fil-A, I'm out of a water plant. I've had all kind of different jobs. And this is not to throw shade at schooling or anything, but you will not learn what you love in a classroom. You've got to get out, you've got to work, you've got to try different things. And whatever you do, here's how you learn it too. If you don't like it, does not mean you just need to quit on the spot, or you quit showing up, or you show up late, you got a bad attitude. No, you have a good attitude. You show up early, you play through the whistle, you work through the bell, and you do a great job, because most likely your next job will come out of a reference from your current job. And you don't know if what you're good at, not good at, if you don't give it your whole heart, your whole mind. You bring yourself to work. If you're Snapchatting all day at work, if this girl doesn't even like you, you're probably not gonna figure out what you love. But if you're fully focused at work, you can figure out what you love and find a career that you love. And that's what I found. I found that my purpose on this earth is not to work a job, but my job should work to serve my purpose. And you got to figure out what that is. The only way you figure out what that is just trying things and getting out there, applying to places, sending out resumes, figuring out different jobs, and going to work. That's how you figure that out. What advice would you give to students for an interview? And look me in the eyes. Look me in the eyes, shake my hand, not now, but eventually, or fist bump, whatever we do in the future, and say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. Show up early. Do not show up late to one of my interviews. You will not make it. Bring questions. I want to see, just about every interview will give you a chance. Say, what questions do you have? If you pull out a journal full of 20 questions, I will sit there all day and answer every single one of them. Then I'll probably hire you, because that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a hunger, a tenacity. I'm looking for a personableness, right? We don't live on our DMs in the real world. I get it. I'm on social media. It's a great tool, but it is a tool to serve me. I do not serve it. So if you can look me in the eye and carry a real conversation, like I can't, obviously, I wouldn't hire me. That's what we're looking for. Last thing, what is the job outlook for your profession? Man, it's opportunity abound. And this is not a sales pitch. This is legitimately, everyone is retiring or dying. That's real. So everyone 60, 70, 80 is getting out. I'm 32. There's a big gap of opportunity there. And thankfully, I know I'm very fortunate, water is considered an essential business because we all need water. So you've got that going for us. There's a great opportunity within the water sector. If I can help you in any way, and I know you're in high school now, I talk to high schoolers all the time. If I can help you with the resume or any thoughts, questions you may have, please, your teacher's got my contact information, reach out to me. I'd be happy to be a resource to you. Or if your parents have questions, any kind of internships, co-ops, whatever that is you may be seeking, then please let me know. I'd love to be able to help. Y'all have a great day, and I guess do whatever you do at home. Go back to bed.